What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? Big Dog Brett. And I wanted to talk about the Justin Fields being in the news here and kind of my thoughts on that. So, if you guys are paying attention, Justin Fields hasn't actually said anything, and nor has UGA or anybody on the UGA staff officially. But apparently, somebody who knows somebody's brother's cousin's aunt's third grade third grade PE teacher has said that Justin Fields is going to be transferring from Georgia. Then ESPN come out and turn around and said that Justin Fields hasn't said anything yet. It's probably going to play in the Sugar Bowl, or not play in the Sugar Bowl, at least be at the Sugar Bowl, probably play in it. And then after that, he's going to look at transferring. So, where does that leave you as a Georgia fan, or Jake Fromm fan, or Justin Fields fan, or whatever? Well, this is the way I look at it. UGA has not done a great job, in my opinion, of coaching this guy to make him a high speed or high grade talent. And you could argue that they haven't built any packages for him and a bunch of stuff like that. But you could also argue that he's a true freshman and he's playing behind a 5-star quarterback who is quite amazing. You could also make the argument that Justin Fields is an elite quarterback and maybe one of the best quarterbacks UGA will see for the next 10 years, and we need to play him. I mean, all those are legitimate arguments. The one thing I will say, though, is that from a student standpoint, if Justin Fields wants to transfer, it's a bad decision for him. Now, I'm going to defend my statement here. Justin Fields is absolutely an amazing talent in high school, and he won the quarterback challenge or whatever in the rookie training camp. That's fine. However, if you go back and watch Justin play, there were some plays where he looked really good, and there were some plays where he looked like a scared rabbit. It just is what it is. So I think that he's developing, but he's not awesome yet. And if he transfers, he's got a couple of problems. Number one, he's got to wait out a year. He's got to wait out a year. So having to wait out a year and then start 2 years from basically 2 seasons from now. Next season, he won't be able to play in the season after that he can start. That doesn't make a lot of sense for him to leave Georgia. Here's why. So Jake Fromm is now a sophomore. He plays next year. He's going to be a junior. I would be astounded if Jake Fromm stays with Georgia past his junior year, forgoes the draft and all this other stuff. So that would mean next year he plays, and the year after that he's probably gone. So that's also the same thing as Justin Fields sitting out a year, and then the next year he can play. So he would essentially be able, most likely, to take over the Georgia offense in the same amount of time that he's going to start a brand new team somewhere else. Then you got to decide whether or not is that team going to have enough 5-star talent around him to take care of him, to protect him. I think we've already seen that even elite level quarterbacks need elite level offensive linemen. They need elite level receivers. They need elite level running backs to help them look good. I mean, Tua, look at Tua. Tua is amazing, but he also has some great talent around him to help him. And if you go back in that game, there were several drop passes that if those guys, Alabama would have caught, it might have been a different ball game, even more so than it was. But, I digress. If Justin Fields transfers, so be it. I wish the kid well. However, I think it's a bad choice for him. I can understand why people would want to say that, he needs to go where he's going to play. Well, he's not going to play anywhere next year. And he's going to start somewhere the year after that. And in all likelihood, unless Jake Fromm just decides to be like Aaron Murray and play that additional year, I just don't see that happening. Justin Fields came to Georgia knowing that he was going to have to sit behind Jake Fromm. He knew that. And you can't make me believe that from the effort that he's put on the field so far, that he's shown that he could take that job away from Justin Fields. Now you can say, oh, it's the coaching. Well, maybe some of it, but I really got to say I highly doubt that his high school coaches were better than the college coaches he's got now. I think the talent level is definitely different. He's having to play against some higher caliber opponents, and I think he needs time to adjust and get ready. Don't give me that Jameis Winston. Don't give me that Trevor Lawrence stuff, because those are all teams that had good offensive lines to protect him. If he leaves Georgia to go somewhere else, and he'll play in 2 years from now, essentially, he'll play, second season from now, where's that going to put him? I mean, Penn State, Michigan, Florida State, Ohio State. Congratulations, you're not playing for a national championship. You're just not. It's not going to happen. So, I think that, in my opinion, if he can't go play for Clemson, if he can't go play for Alabama, and he can't go play for Oklahoma, really not anywhere he can go play that he's going to be in a better position than he is now. Now, I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I said, you know what? Maybe Justin Fields is playing a little bit of chess. Maybe he's saying that, hey, Georgia, y'all need to play me a little bit because I do have options. And maybe that will motivate the coaching staff to do a better job with him, communicate with him a little better, put him in more. And I think every Georgia fan would agree that Justin Fields should have played more. There were several games when we were up by 2 or 3 touchdowns. We should have put him in, let him make his mistakes, let him make his rookie mistakes and get them out of the way. Let the guy play. And I think if Georgia will sit down and have that conversation with him and say, hey, look, you're probably not going to be a starter, but we're definitely going to put you in more. We're definitely going to have packages for you, series for you when we're up on teams to give you a way to develop and a way to progress. And I think that would help them a lot. So, other than that, I don't really see where he's going to go, that he's going to have the kind of talent that he's got around Georgia. Also, real quick about Georgia recruiting, obviously we've got some strong stuff that's showing up, but in all likelihood, I don't think Georgia's gonna be able to take the number 1 spot away from Alabama, and it's not because of talent level, player for player. It's because Georgia doesn't have as many scholarships as to give as Alabama does this year. Both Alabama and Georgia, their player ranking per player is 93. I think Georgia has 4 or 5 5-stars right now. Alabama has 2. I think Alabama has 13 or 14 4-stars, and I think Georgia has somewhere around that same. But Georgia just doesn't have as many scholarships to give. So at the end of the season, the recruiting trail is looking pretty good for us. We're picking up some talent. There's some talk that I think it was Audrey Solomon might be coming back to UGA, but he have to end up sitting out a year as well, I think. So he's I think a defensive tackle. Hopefully, everything continues to go well for UGA as far as the recruiting process goes. We got some big stuff on the horizon I think would be phenomenal for us, and I'll make a video about that later for you guys. But I wanted to touch base on the Justin Fields the whole Justin Fields issue. You can absolutely expect that the media is going to go nuts on this just because of how high rated Justin Fields was when he was recruited, and pretty much the last time that his name was in the news was because of the fake punt. So I think that kind of left a bad taste in Justin Fields' mouth, and I think the coaching staff needs to sit down and have a conversation with him about keeping him at Georgia. If Justin Fields leaves Georgia, there's our backup third-string quarterback is not anywhere near the caliber of being able to compete for an SEC championship. He's just not. So nothing against the guy, but he's just not there. That will absolutely, if Justin Fields leaves, it'll absolutely put Georgia on a it'll put Georgia on a fast track to try to find another 5-star quarterback in the next year or so. Not that we haven't been looking anyway, but it'll definitely increase the need dramatically. So hopefully Justin Fields figures out that if he goes anywhere, the situation is just going to be worse for him. He's going to have to wait out again somewhere else. So maybe he'll just he'll bide his time. He'll learn and grow at Georgia, and we'll see him on the field before too much longer. So all right, guys, just wanted to give you my 2 cents on that. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button wherever it's at. And as always, God bless. Go Dogs.